Hillary Clinton isn't afraid to say that Black Lives Matter.
That was from the Democratic Convention last night, part of the Mothers of the Movement that spoke on the stage. One of the women on stage was Leslie McSpadden, who did not speak, though from all accounts, it seems like she spoke at a panel either before or after that. Gabe Crocker joins us with the... Gabe, what's your official title now?
Well, I'm the legal services coordinator for our St. Louis County Police Association. I stepped down from the presidency back in May, and I've still resumed some responsibilities, but changed roles.
Gotcha. You're also the spokesman for the St. Louis County Police Association?
I do. I still do that, and that's why I'm on your show this morning.
All right. So what are your thoughts as you watched that last night?
Well, I mean, I still come at this from a 30,000-foot perspective. For one, I don't think many police officers in general really are watching anything that Hillary Clinton has to say to begin with. But to really narrow down onto this topic, do I or many police officers have problems with the mothers of these young men being on stage as a result of some type of their involvement in violence that led to their death? Probably not. Police officers are just concerned about the violent crime problems especially in our major urban areas, as anyone else is in the United States. But why these women? I think it's because Hillary's having a rough time courting certain types of voters, and I think it's the same thing that I've complained about over and over with you on your show, and that we will likely never see any resolution to, which is this mindless, almost mind-numbing pandering to a certain segment of our society. And while these politicians are inciting crowds, inciting people that are on the fringes, that are mentally unstable or nearly broken, into the mass murder of police officers in the line of duty, and then we put these mothers on stage, which their message, and I did a little research before coming on, I don't mind them discussing the problems with violent crimes in our cities. Who's going to argue against that? We're on board. Tell us where to sit down, and we'll be there, because it's a problem that needs to be solved. Go ahead, McGraw. Sorry.
But Leslie McSpadden was on the stage, and the national narrative is that that story falls into all the other stories where we know that is categorically false. So what were your thoughts as sort of propagating that Ferguson myth that just isn't true?
Well, again, it's pandering. It's political pandering, and it does absolutely nothing to move any of our groups forward, be it the law enforcement community or minority communities, Black Lives Matter groups. It doesn't do anything because, again, you're talking about an entire national movement that's built on a lie, that's built on something that didn't happen. I'm not saying that these folks shouldn't have a voice, or, again, that police officers haven't been in the wrong at times. But when you start parading people around whose children attempted to murder police officers in the line of duty, and then ignore on a national stage at a Democratic National Convention the fact that we've had well over a dozen police officers killed in the line of duty during the last couple of months in mass shootings and individual assassinations of law enforcement officers, it's quite insulting to the law enforcement community and the majority of people who support law enforcement. It's pandering, and it does nothing, McGraw. It does nothing to fix this problem. I mean, police officers, once again, and our administrators are left holding the ball on this. I mean, there's an article in the paper the last day or so in St. Louis where police officers are handing out ice cream cones. Hey, that's nice, and I think the police officers should be doing great things to reach out to the community, but we're doing it alone.
Yeah.
We don't have any support, no additional manpower, no additional pay, no additional resources. We're shouldering this tremendous burden. We're doing it to appease politicians and to appease people who are doing nothing but continuing to further the flames of violence against law enforcement.
Gabe, I got to run, but let me ask you this question. Do you know if there's any plans for having family members of police officers fallen in the line of duty up on the stage in the next 2 or 3 days?
Absolutely not. I reached out to a good source of mine who said there's no plans to bring any attention to these officers that have been murdered. So it's frustrating all around, and it's another slap in the face to law enforcement. But I'll tell you what, the men and women that get in uniform every day, and I don't mean to sound cheesy, they're going to get up and they're going to go out there and continue to do this job. And many of them have their hands open and their hearts and their minds open. The problem is that we're dealing with folks who are incited by politicians and just don't want to deal with us.
Gabe Crocker, be safe out there. Thanks for checking in.
Thanks, McGraw.
7:57.